Yahoo!
Keep back! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Out of my sight! Winter shall eventually come.
these things useful?
Let the show begin.
Just what will we come across this time?
Let's dance.
Want a taste of my hammer?
I'll protect us.
Here comes trouble. That's to work.
Time for retribution! Wind blade!
Let's dance.
You need a hurry up.
Right? Yeah.
Let's not waste time.
I'll protect us. Right?
Send this quickly. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
Let's dance. Right?
Verdict is...
Let's end this quickly.
with the wind! Wind blade!
Let's end this quickly.
Let the show begin.
Windblade! blade! Wind blade! Keep back! Keep back!
Ready, steady, go! Give me a moment to compose myself. Oh, how exciting!
What's our objective?
I will protect you. Wouldn't gliding be faster? Brace yourself. I must leave no stone. time for takeoff. Steady as
Keep back! Keep back!
Leave it all to me.
Behold, the Prinzessin der Varutella.
I created...
Let's go.
Wish me luck. I'll protect us.
Another test subject.
Let's get down to business. See no more. There's more. My blade. See no more. Finally, boom to the very.
Taste my food.
I taste blood.
Let's dance.
It's over. Cheap tricks. I've got the pain. Take this.
I'll protect us.
Keep back.
This isn't over. I'm ready.
Is that all?
Take this. Cut down.
Yeah.
Like this.
La, 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 la. Let the show begin.
Are these things useful?
Let's get down to business.
There's more.
blade! It's my lucky day! How's this? To the fairy. It's my lucky day! Keep back!
This will do!
To the fairy!
I'm ready! Ha!
Keep learning this!
Eat this! Ha! I'm ready!
Wind blade!
You win! This.
Come on, we can do it. I'll protect us.
A reward on the road.
There's no end to this.
Another test subject.
Wind blade!
I got carried. I got carried. Have a little taste.
Time for retribution! Keep back!
Fry. Picked the wrong test subject.
Wind blade!
Picked the wrong test subject.
I'll keep this close.
Out of my sight. Out of my sight. This body belongs to ice and snow.
What you got?
Fry!
Disappear!
Fry!
Wind blade! Keep back! Keep back!
Fry!
Keep back!
I'll keep this close.
Another test subject.
Ready, steady, go!
Single sword is more than enough.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain, or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where, and you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from Storm Terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Want to taste of my hammer?
You know, little pixie, Your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Let's not waste time.
Ooh, it's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized. Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilichurls? Isn't he in danger? Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first!
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilichurls unfinished.
What's up with painting hilichurls? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilichurls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing in—
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? What a...
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got— I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should—
Whoa, you want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Mora, knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. It happens to be an answer that I can provide. How does that... Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's...
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
A question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Fascinating. And this floating...
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon!
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder... Did Paimon... But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick. Or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in our research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to...
Huh?
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here. Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally...
Internal flow?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental... If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion... It's a type of... I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some Star Silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan.
Paimon? Let's keep...
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregis vine, or even a wildflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world, now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell. This was the result I was expecting, and a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the... The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyro-regisvine, or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Agreed. I'd love to find a moment to put them all in order. Still, well, on with the... There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even so, leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any unique abilities? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose. Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking, as such. Rather, I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curious... Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just...
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad...
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth
Paimon bets you're just hungry. That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always...
I'll leave you to it then. Looking for... If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does it get these ideas from?
That was fast. Looking forward. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... Could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey! You were being nice a sec, but you do have tasty recipes, so... And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good...
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though, if you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elements... This must be electrohypostasis powder! The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right?
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Tibet. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then? So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please.
You want us to jump? From up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be...
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to... Then if you would, please, I eagerly...
Wait a minute! While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing, emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, Traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tevat do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Tevat do affect the innumerable possibilities that this could present...
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some gold. The essence, I'm willing to pour all these things...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these...
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like some base...
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to... Now, follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Let the show begin.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capability. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. Remember that this is a... So, let's see you... It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
blade!
Let's dance.
Time for retribution!
What will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey! Explaining things is Paimon's job!
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up there's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the...
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparative. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all... Unless you can think of anything better to do...
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on.
You...
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating in all kinds of strange experiments? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps, you were colluding from the beginning.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back in.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know
That much is true. Not to mention, but for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat, which is what I was hoping. I would—
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Al—
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? Time for the results. We got a myriad of— but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is— you're very much like a human.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for this—
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But the only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. But after I observed you, imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so—
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
the transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world it— It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient—
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is— So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Huh? Things feel a little— Don't be sad! You've got Paimon to— Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help? Well, I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike. Both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully If, one day, I lose control, can I rely on you to
You! The warrant is for your arrest! Freeze!
Oh no!
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
You! The one.
Oh no! Pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. If one of them spots me, I'll get caught. We need to get rid of them, or I won't be able to sneak inside. After I get the document, let's meet back at... Also, if I... Is this...
Ci, Tata, Jam, Jerome, utang ina mo pot. Ta, pot. Oh, ba? Aray.
Nanahimik ako.
Ay, manahimik ka na lang. Ano yung issue na to? Ay, tapos na yung Chisatos letter. Nice.
Bakit mo?
Diretso na ako sa story.
Tapos,
Maglinis ka, Chi. Tapos sa atin na mo dito. Tangina na kasi wanted ako eh.
Stop! I have orders to search for a wanted criminal.
Yikes! Hide, quick!
Huli.
What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off. Oh, Urania, you are officially nuts. Uh-oh, they're all coming this way! Quick, run! What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off. Oh, Urania, you are officially nuts. Uh-oh, they're all coming this way! Quick, run!
Kamore Tea House only accepts guests of sufficient status. Please don't enter.
Nahuli ako ng mga guard ng ano. Ano. Wanted nga ako. Nagpina-stream ka na lang, Chick. Ito gusto ko magkaroon ng si Aya ka.
Well, how did it go? Well done. Let's wait.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was I feel so dizzy. No, I can't sleep yet. There was something important I was supposed to do I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so I just swiped a whole bunch of stuff that looks suspicious. Here you go.
Ninja.
My lady, what are we looking at?
This sealed envelope must be an official report that the Tenryok... In addition, we have correspondence with the Fatu. It seems that Kujiai was right. They have been fomenting unrest behind the scenes. This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Kujiai. I will also get...
Still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun. I still get goosebumps just thinking about her drawing that blade.
Again, we'll just have to trust Kujiai. She is close to the Shogun, so maybe she will have a way.
If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for our meeting with Yaimiko soon. Let's pack up our things and get ready to head to the...
Lady Guji, here I am, as promised. Rest assured I came here alone and told no one about this trip.
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your mind off it these past few days. Have you managed to get any sleep at all?
You're quite mistaken. I would never doubt the leaders of my clan. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our hands on this stuff.
Hand them to Sarah. She can examine them for herself.
What is this? I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujo clan, and it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resistance, Sangonomiya, or the situation on the front line. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line, or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want to hide it?
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy of all of the things you just mentioned?
So, the Tenryou Commission, they are deliberately deceiving the Shogun?
Yes. Now, who else do you think might be benefiting from the Vision Hunt decree?
This is a letter from the Tenryou Commission to the Fatui. The head of the Kujo clan kept this a secret from the Shogun, too.
Well, the things you want, surely. You aren't planning to...
So everything I've ever held on to, it's all... This betrayal is unforgivable! Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do!
Kujo-Sara seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like our Tenryou rebellion is successfully under... Yep, let's catch up.
Hold on, Traveler. There's some...
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent god, correct? You must find a way to recreate the circumstances. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the statue of the omnipresent god, you will have the opportunity you need. Take this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very potent indeed. I thought I'd put one aside for you. If you find yourself at your wit's end, take it out and see what happens. Or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe I'll...
Cut it out, Fox Lady! This isn't the time or place to be poking fun at the
I'm sorry. Well then, time for you to face my hopeless fool of a friend.
You followed me here? Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least until I have received an explanation, but if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter,
Apologies, ma'am. Orders from the top. No one is allowed to enter.
out of my way! I need to speak to him. I won't tell you twice.
You must withdraw.
Battle formation! Soldiers, quick!
Flash! Impossible!
I must withdraw.
Teach me a lesson.
Quiver! Storm the front!
Windblade! Watch your step! Don't hold back! Allow me. Strike first! Soldiers, quick!
This?
Get them! Watch your step!
With the wind!
Soldiers, quick! You cannot match my bravery! Get them!
Flash! Gaining the upper hand! I'm at my limit.
Show me what you've got! I dare you!
Retribution!
Get them! Allow
Disappear!
me. Strike first!
I must withdraw.
Stop! Sarah, have you gone insane? How dare you disregard my...
Master!
Go and ask him!
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui.
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters?
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryo
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yes, the report you saw was penned by my...
He just came right out and admitted it!
Diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed. And all they requested of me in return was to see that the Vision Hunt decrees up. For too long, the Kujo clan's position has been coveted by so many. There is no shortage of clans who would tear us down at the first opportunity. So, when the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack down on our enemies at the same time, it appeared to me to be an excellent deal. I simply saw no need to inform you, Sarah.
But you worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time and act like it's nothing?
Betrayal? How can you call this a betrayal? The Fatui may think they are using me, but the reverse is true. When the lightning strikes in Inazuma, they shall fall to their knees. After, none can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden Shogun and the
Yeah! He doesn't worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but her power as a warrior. Especially the Muso no Hito.
But Master, ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, you taught me the importance of loyalty. But it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to stop with the Kujo clan. So you were scared that I would betray. You're a hypocrite, preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched selfishness.
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujo clan.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way.
I've doubted the Vision Hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? Even though it goes against what I know in my heart to be right. But I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us is qualified to judge between right and wrong when we have not yet reached the end of the... But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end, while this path, it has long since been defiled. So I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this. If nothing else, my conscience will be clear.
Stubborn and... Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujo clan's position is now... The Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat. A harbinger.
Senor is the one behind all this? Way back in Rito, Lady Hiragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting...
A diplomat from Snezhnaya? Well...
Sarah stormed off! You can sit... Alright then. Show begin.
way people charge in here as they please. If I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of street mark. Have you learned your lesson now?
Oh no! What has she done to Kujo-san?
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora.
Then I apologize, Almighty. I know. You can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. I'm well aware that you hate me, with the way you follow me around like a... so you came to expose my crimes? I'm just a Snezhnayan diplomat. I'm afraid...
She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Stop talking about people and things that I care nothing. They were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But now, at least, they get... Is that not the greatest honor they could hope for? In their tiny little almighty shogun. That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold a grudge. The Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and purest. These other mundane details you insist on mentioning? Stop. For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around as well. But I didn't have you down as someone... Before you go saying something you can't take back, remember that you're Inazuma's most wanted criminal. I suggest charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the Shogun wasn't the brightest move. I'm not sure you realize quite...
I challenge you to a duel before the throne!
Proceed.
My, you're full of surprises today. So you've learned to make the law of the land work I'll admit that I never expected to be in a... You are aware that the loser must die. Then I will deign to share this last... A lesson on harbinger power and elegance? As you wish. Detestable!
Verdict is...
Tactless rodent! Into the frozen void! Into the frozen void! Detestable! The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors!
My flame!
Detestable! Detestable!
not the end.
You've got some nerve laying your hands on me! Harbinger power has become burdensome. I will manifest my destiny anew. Await my emergence and tremble, traveler! You have reason to be afraid. The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors! The pale flame smolders!
Keep Lupica! My Lupica!
Has everyone stopped singing?
Windblade!
I won't hold you back. Much.
The way people charge in here as they please. So uncivilized. If I didn't know this was... Have you learned?
Oh no!
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not...
Then I apologize, Almighty Shogun. I know. You can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't need to call my name all the time. Don't go thinking I'm surprised.
She doesn't take us seriously enough.
Stop talking about... They were nobody. Is that not the greatest Almighty Shogun? That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold a grudge. The Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and purest thing in all the world. These other mundane details you insist on mentioning, they're just necessary. You, for what it's worth, before you go charging into... I'm not sure...
I challenge you to a duel
Proceed.
My, you're full of... I'll admit that you are aware. A lesson on Harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
I taste blood.
detestable. Tactless rodent! Into the frozen void!
Keep back! I'm going in!
Windblade!
Into the frozen void!
Adventure time!
Detestable! The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors!
Keep back!
You've got some nerve laying your hands on me! Harbinger power has become burdensome. I will manifest my destiny anew. Await my emergence and tremble, traveler! You have reason to be afraid.
Take cover! Ow!
Tarnor! Retrip!
The pale flame smolders!
Take me back! Everybody stand back! Oh, ow! Adventure time!
Pale flame, lay waste to frozen shell and witness my suffering! In fires of sin and retribution, your soul will be incinerated! Not every wound will heal.
I taste blood.
Yeah!
Windblade!
Embrace your searing reckoning! Who dares? Only a witch! Come, put up a fight! Embrace your searing reckoning!
Adventure time!
All must burn!
Off we go! Let's light it up! Adventure time!
Not even ashes will remain! Come, put up a fight!
This is not the end.
Couldn't break the curse.
Immolation! A cherished agony. Do you feel it?
Wish me luck.
You want me on your team?
Wish me luck.
I wonder...
Benny's adventure team, assemble!